The most satanic foods to eat, part 2. The most satanic foods to eat, part 2. These are foods that we should never, ever eat. And this is important as we're coming off of this month-long fruit fasting journey. And so many people are going to indulge in their flesh when really, as I've stated in my Eat Your Fruits, Juice Your Vegetables, and Take Your Herbs video series, which you can find right there in the comment section and on the main homepage of my YouTube channel. We are fruitarians, so we should never ever veer away from eating a fruit-based eating style. And the more we do, the worse off you're going to feel. I'm telling you that right now. Okay. Again, this is we are a Bible-based healing ministry, and we teach according to the Word of God that it is a sin to intentionally eat things that you know is damaging your body, damaging your immune system, damaging your heart. You know it's damaging you, but the demonic spirit, the witchcraft, the sorcery of the satanic American diet has captured your mind, your soul, your spirit. It is a form of idolatry. And every single morning I read the scriptures this month, and I invite you, whether you want to fruit fast or not, I invite you to go in that playlist, Our Health Will Soar in 24, and my Sabbath day Bible studies. And I challenge you to dive into that word and see for yourself, brothers and sisters, the truth of this and the seriousness that it is, the spiritual significance of eating ourselves to death. Go see for yourself. And so this is part 2. There are just some things we should never eat. In part 1, we went over smoked, barbecued, conventionally raised red meat, which includes all meat. We should never eat these things. We should never eat refined carbohydrates. We should never consume butter. And now here in part 2, let's start off with American favorites. Again, this I'm telling you that the eating style was designed. It was sat down and designed by Satan himself. Just look around. Look around. Look how fat we are. Look how sick we are. Look at our children. Brains are so fried we can barely learn. Look at us. Look at the sad sack of a state we're in. And then you still have people in their pride that will argue against videos like this, despite seeing the utter destruction that is all around us. So pancakes and donuts high in white flour. White flour, brothers and sisters, was designed to stop diarrhea. That's what they designed white flour for. This is something the Europeans designed. They were having such bad diarrhea, they designed white flour to constipate you immediately to stop diarrhea. Okay, so this is something unknown to the African body. Unknown. Sweeteners and oils. A triad of danger. You add white flour with sugar and oil, and then you fry them. A pancake and a donut. That's what it is. It's white flour mixed with sugar. Then you fry it in oil. It exponentially magnifies your risk of heart disease and cancer. Now, is there a way to make a healthier version of pancakes? Absolutely there is. You know how we are as people. We determined to keep our addictions. And I tell you that I have struggled mightily with the addiction to pancakes. All praise to the Most High. I've broken away from it over the last year or so, but that has definitely been a stronghold on me over the course of my life. I remember waking up in the mornings, eagerly anticipating my mom taking that big thing of biscuit, that garbage, and making pancakes slathered in butter that came from tortured cows. And then we didn't even use real maple syrup. We didn't even use real maple syrup. We using that maple syrup with that that Neanderthal woman on the bottle. Oh man, and then you add the sausage and the bacon. No wonder they say it's a Jordan curse. No wonder. Now it's 7 of us. My father and his whole family's gone. See, my mother and her sisters, they still around because they grew up in the South before all of this fast food. So they're surviving off of the fact that they were raised eating mostly healthy. And then for some strange reason, brothers and sisters, I'm just finding out that my mother's, because you all always hear me say I'm the son of the late, great pastor Eddie Jordan Jr. Because you never hear me talk much about my grandparents. Now, me, as you all know, also, I served in the Marines and a police officer, where my father's father, Eddie Jordan Sr., he was a veteran also. He served in the Army. My father served in the Navy, and then I served in the Marines. But my mother's side, my mother's father lived to be almost 90 years old. And he made and sold his own supplements, his own herbal supplements. But back then, they considered him to be some type of witch doctor. My grandfather, my mother's father, and then he made it all the way. But when he moved to the city from Mississippi, he became a diabetic because he forsook. He became somewhat wealthy from making and selling his own supplements. And he turned away from the natural way of eating, gained a bunch of weight and suffered and died a horrible death as a diabetic at the age of 90. And that's my mother's father. So they were raised on mostly vegetables. That's why my mother was able to make the transition better than my father, because my mother, when I started teaching her these things, I started to really pretty much just remind her of what her father, my grandfather, that I never met because he died before I was born, being much, much older than my mother, and because he married my mother's mother when she was very young. Unbelievable, brothers and sisters, what we find out when we dig into our families, isn't it? So that's why they're still around. But the 7 of us, me and my siblings, me and my 4 brothers and 2 sisters, we'll see what becomes of us, because we were raised on this garbage. We were raised on straight up satanic American food. And besides myself, most of them still continue this way. It is going to be something to see. And I'm not saying I pray that a change and repentance happens, but it is going. I fear, brothers and sisters, that it's going to get ugly as we start heading in the next 10 to 20 years to see what happens amongst us 7 when it comes to this satanic American diet. But that's the worst thing. But pancakes but you can make pancakes healthier. But the problem is, even if you do the whole wheat pancakes. Even if you do the whole wheat pancakes, in order for you to make it sweet, you're going to have to use a sweetener. And there is no source of sugar that is optimally healthy for our bodies outside of fruit. You can lie to yourself about stevia. The best you can get would be to sweeten it with raw, organic, unfiltered honey. But even the Bible warns over and over that we can abuse honey. The Bible does warn us that we can abuse honey. And then once the healthier pancake is made, most of the time, you're going to do that vegan butter. Is it as bad as dairy butter from a cow that was raped? No, but it's still junk. It's still junk. Remember, family, most vegans, lifelong vegans, they start having strokes as they get older because of the high amount of sodium and sugar and vegan junk that they are eating. Whole food, plant-based. That means it comes from the ground. Pancakes don't grow in the garden. So yes, can you make pancakes healthier? Much, much healthier. Yes, you can. But does that mean that eating a buckwheat pancake with 100% maple syrup, with the syrup, you will be better off making your own fruit-based syrup? Do they have fruit-based syrups? Yes, they do. Is there a way to make your own syrup pulled from the berries? Yes, it is. You can do all of that, family. Does that mean you've made it? That means you've made it healthier. That means you've made it better. But man, can I go all the way, family, and sit here and say that still means it's health? Because you all know my definition of health is a high definition. I have a high standard because health to me means it strengthens your immune system. It reverses cancer cells. It actually heals the body. That's what healthy means to me, meaning you can be sick and diseased. And you can eat this and the properties in it will actively heal your body. That's my definition of health. So can I say that a healthier pancake will actively help you reverse disease? Donuts. They have vegan donuts now. Donuts are deep fried. Can you bake the donuts? Yes. Again, these are things that don't grow in the garden. But these regular donuts, brothers and sisters, if you want to get fat, I mean, we all know. And yes, I was a police officer. And yes, that's when I was my fattest. And yes, I would tear through some donuts. And yes, that is true about cops and donuts. Okay, it causes fatty liver. Of course, those donuts will go right to your belly fat. It causes insulin resistance, causes type 2 diabetes. It contains absolutely no nutrients. It's just purely sugar with no fiber. That's a drug. And then when you eat things without any fiber, it turns leptin off. That's the hunger regulating hormone in your brain that tells you to stop eating. So you eat these pancakes and donuts, and that's why you can eat 20 stacks of pancakes. That's why you can eat a whole box of donuts, because it doesn't fill you up. There's a hormone that controls hunger in the brain called leptin. Pancakes and donuts, white flour, white sugar, sweeteners, even the healthier versions turn leptin off, turn you into a cookie monster. Try doing a cookie monster on fresh raw fruit. You can't. You can't. You can't. Anybody that's listened to this video that have done a fruit fast, you know, after a certain amount of fruit, no matter how sweet it is, you can't eat a lot. But you go away from fruit, and all of a sudden you become a human cookie monster. The most important package that I have for this time is the Immune Support Emergency Stash. So this is when, not if, when the next deadly pandemic comes and when we're locked back down. You don't want somebody coughing in your household and they don't have anything for their immune system. This is the time to get it. It'll be impossible to have these in stock when the masses are panicking. It's already priced at 50% off. You don't need a promo code. Get your stash for your immune system. theministerofwellness.com. theministerofwellness.com. This is the second package that I have, the Black Health Disparities package. If you have comorbidities, you're not going to stand a chance. This package covers obesity, blood pressure, immune, diabetes with the blood sugar, and all diseases fall under inflammation. You get all five. There's no promo code needed. It's already priced at half off, 50% off. No promo code needed. theministerofwellness.com, theministerofwellness.com. Soda. The sixth thing we should never eat, soda or drinking soda. We should never drink soda. The phosphoric acid in the colas may cause calcium loss. The artificial sweeteners in diet sodas. They try to lie to you, trying to play witchcraft on you. Oh, it's a diet soda. Okay, it doesn't have sugar, but yeah, it has these artificial sweeteners. That's even worse than the sugar that comes from the natural sugar cane. Man wants us to believe, wicked man wants us to believe that their science is better than God's nature. It's just impossible, and it'll never be. It'll never be. Again, I heard that idiot Dame Dash say that I'm waiting on AI. He's waiting on AI to help him cure his type 1 diabetes. No, that'll never happen, brother. You think God is going, he said he would rather do that than fruit fast. God will never let man create a technology that can heal the complex human body that he created. That'll never happen. God created our bodies and he gave us everything we need to be healthy, to be whole. And he demands that we do what he instructs us to do, or else it'll never happen. You can keep trying all you want. And that's what, in the wicked heart of man, the unrepentant heart of man is always, his entire purpose, the man and the woman, is to live their lives apart from God's laws. That's what humans fight for the most. That's why the first 2 commandments is have no gods before me, don't make any idols. Because that's a difficult struggle for us. We want to do what we want to do. And life is about sacrificing our flesh and our fleshly worldly desires and submitting our lives, our will, to the perfected will of the Most High. And we hate doing that. We don't like to do it when it comes to sex, and then we don't like to do it when it comes to food. We want to sex with who we want to sex with, and we want to eat and drink what we want. And then when disease comes, we want to point our finger at the Lord. And then when disease comes, we still want to run away from the Lord by thinking that some pills can save us, by thinking that some needles can save us, by thinking that some surgery. We rather do anything except obey God. That's why there's one idiot, and I'm glad they made him die in that movie World War Z with Brad Pitt, when they was all turning into zombies. And this idiot, this high-ranking scientist that they was stoking, putting all their hopes in, he said that nature is a serial killer. Oh, what satanic blasphemy. And in the movie, they let him slip and fall and die. And that was good. That was good, because that's what's going to happen to anybody who speaks that type of blasphemy against the creator of the universe. How dare you accuse God just because you don't want to obey his laws? And just because he allows nature to rise up and strike us down with viruses and infections and deadly pandemics, because we choose to violate the laws of nature. We choose to war against nature instead of showing God's nature the respect that it deserves, and then reverencing the creator of nature, because we choose that behavior. We want to accuse God of being a serial killer. No, we're the serial killers. We're the reprobates. We are the ones who pillaged this land. We deserve every single disease and pandemic that comes our way, because we're disobedient, we're stiff-necked, and we don't want to listen to what our creator has told us to do. So these sodas are dangerous. All sodas are dangerous. All sodas are dangerous and will fry your bones and cause cancer. I'll never forget this nice lady when I used to work at the library, just drinking Coca-Cola. I mean, just like a fiend. I mean, just a fiend for soda. And she ended up getting ovarian cancer. And she thinks that the chemo has saved her. Again, idolatry. She thinks that the chemo has saved her. That cancer going to come back and going to fry every cell in your body unless you repent and change. Once again, I, your minister of wellness, I brought it back just to finish up so that it can be said and go down in history to help us soar in 24, that I went on ahead and brought back the 50% off store-wide discount code for the last few days or the last few hours of January 2024. Of course, supplementation is critical. Supplementation is critical because of soil depletion, environmental factors. We must supplement. And as I always state, the big five that is absolutely essential for us to supplement: D3, which comes from the sun. We're not out in the sun enough to get D3. Critical for melanated people. K2 comes from the soil. K2 helps to absorb the D3. So those two go together. Vitamin B12 comes from the soil. We don't eat from soil to mouth anymore. So we have to supplement with B12 or you will suffer from some type of blood disorder. DHA, EPA, which unfortunately we are out of stock on, then the immune support herbal extract, and then the zinc. And those are the big 5/6. And the D3, K2, B12, immune support, and the zinc, or you can call it the big four. SOAR in 24 is the promo code. SOAR in 24 is the promo code. Everything. Back up for one last time before we end January 2024. TheMinisterOfWellness.com, TheMinisterOfWellness.com. Shop for what you need. This includes all the books, all the DVDs, all the ebooks, all the vitamins and minerals, which are all high potent, high quality, and organic. Number 6, fried foods. So this was number 5. Number 6 is fried foods. I love fried chicken. I don't tell that story much anymore. My focus been so much elsewhere. I don't tell that story much about in 2018. Been so long ago now, 2018. When I was trying to talk about how fried foods destroy the brain because it shuts off neurotransmitters. It causes that pass through the brains, neurotransmitters that help signals pass through the neurons in the brain that controls behavior. Fried foods shut that process off. The fried oils really damage specifically the blood vessels in the brain. That's why we have all this mental illness, this craziness going on, all this violence. Fried oils cause a high rate of omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance in the brain. And I was presenting this information to a Urban League neighborhood meeting in St. Louis, Missouri, where it's riddled with violence and crime and obesity. And a food addicted, demon possessed sister sitting there. And she raised her voice up and said, "I love fried chicken." And here we are 6 years later. I wonder if she's still living. I had the fried chicken taken her out by now. Fried foods. There's no such thing as healthy chicken. Okay, stop being stupid. Chicken, if you eat chicken, you're eating meat. If you eat fish, you're eating meat. Stop being stupid. Who made you an idiot and told you that meat and chicken, that chicken and fish is not meat? Who made you stupid and convinced you that chicken and fish is not meat? Who made you a brain dead moron to where you really believe that when you eat chicken and fish, you're not eating meat? You get on the phone with me. "Oh, I don't eat no meat. Oh, I ain't never eat no meat. Oh, no, I don't eat no meat. Oh, no. When the last time you had some fish? Oh, well, yeah, I still do a little bit of fish. Oh, yeah. Eggplant parmesan. If you've ever believed that, you need to smack yourself while you watching this video. Just smack yourself. And French fries from acrylamides and other dangerous inflammation promoting compounds. They cook, which can cause genetic mutations and increase the risk of cancer. Fried foods are dangerous. Fried fish, fried French fries, chicken strips, cheese sticks. You can deep fry just about anything. And it destroys your health. Absolutely destroy your health. It's typically coated in batter or flour before being fried. When they are fried in oil, they lose water and absorb fat, which increases their caloric content, so it makes you fat. Okay, it makes you fat. You take anything and fry it, and you can't outrun the calories in fried foods. And trans fats form when unsaturated fats undergo a process called hydrogenation. Okay, so you can have a healthy oil, but then you fry it and it turns it into a trans fat. And it makes it difficult for the body to break down, which can ultimately lead to negative health effects. Fried foods cause heart disease, diabetes, obesity. And again, there's a chemical that's formed called an acrylamide. It's a chemical reaction between sugars and amino acids. Starchy foods such as fried potato chips and any fried potato products are very high in acrylamides. And acrylamides skyrockets your risk for several types of cancer. Okay? So we shouldn't be frying anything at all. There's a process called water sauteing if you're cooking. Understand this. There's no such thing as alkaline cooked food. The only type of cooked food you can eat that's healthy would be whole food, plant-based, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. You can do some type of wild rice or brown rice. White rice is not healthy at all. Can you get away with it? If that's the only bad thing you're eating from the earth and you're overpowering it with other things, yes, you can. Same with white potato. You want to go for the more colored potatoes, but we're eating white potato with a bunch of other G-bombs. Will that hurt you? No, it won't. But we should never be frying anything. And we have to be very careful with these oils. We overdo oils, and those oils alone, without frying the oils, will make you fat. Do I still have my video, no oils, no oils, no oils, or do I need to bring that back? My video, no oils, no oils, no oil. Yes, I still have it up. No oils, no oils, no oils. I said no oil. Yep, I have it up. You stiff-necked cotton picking. Yeah, I have it up. I still have it up. All right, all praises to the Most High. The Minister of Wellness, Irish sea moss, the dulse seaweed, the kelp for the thyroid. This includes all 64 of the herbal extracts that we have. This is everything. This is store-wide everything. Back up, stock up, get what you need. One last opportunity before the month ends. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com. You do have 2 more business days where Mama Jones, my administrative assistant, my secretary, can help you. Place your order, questions, comments, or concerns, 888-847-8026. You can call or text her at 888-847-8026. The Lose 100 Pounds in 100 Days book, the biblical principles that eradicate obesity and disease books do include recipes. And again, the ebooks are also half off. We also have our I Can Be Healthy, I Will Be Healthy t-shirt. That's also half off. Okay, so brothers and sisters, that's number 6 and part 2. And we'll go ahead and we will close this series out with part 3, the 10. We're going over the top 10 most satanic things, foods and drinks that you should never eat. Never drink. Make a commitment to these. Make a commitment to never, ever eat these things, brothers and sisters, and you will set yourself apart from 99.9% of the world's population. That the Minister of Wellness Complete Detox package is then also back up half off. Of course, this is the package for anybody. If you have taken any medical decisions, you all know what that's code language for. Throughout your life, we've been poisoned with these things. This is my very popular detox package. I put together this package specifically for healing the body and the blood as quickly as possible from the medical decisions, the immune, the detox, the gut health, the mental health, the reduced inflammation, the powdered sea moss and the dulse seaweed, and the book. The book, you all should know what the POKE stands for. So this entire package, you get all of that together. And for the final 3 days of January, the final few days, the final few hours, that soaring 50% off promo code also applies.